Each of these events marked an important moment in the war, but one of these moments stands out as particularly pivotal, because it is from this moment that we can trace the path of the war until its end. And that moment came in late June 1941, when the Germans launched their attack on the Soviet Union, starting what would become known as Operation Barbarossa. Hi there, and this is a World War II special episode. So why was the German invasion of the Soviet Union so significant? To answer that question, let's get some background. In May 1941, Adolf Hitler met with his top generals at the WWII to discuss the future of the war. He had already conquered most of Europe. Britain was bogged down in a stalemate on the continent. The only major power not yet defeated was the Soviet Union, and Hitler's generals were anxious for a fight with the Soviets, thinking it would be quick and easy. Why? Well, because they had experienced firsthand the Blitzkrieg or Lightning War the Germans had unleashed against Poland, France, and the Low Countries. In just a few short weeks, they had watched their comrades overrun these countries, suffering minimal casualties. For the Germans, Blitzkrieg had been like rolling a snowball down a hill. It started off small but picked up speed and size until it was unstoppable. This tactic involved concentrated strikes by tanks and infantry supported by close air cover and artillery, and it took full advantage of the radio and telephone to coordinate attacks and exploit breakthroughs quickly. The key to the tactic was speed. Once the enemy defenses were broken, the Germans exploited the hole in the line as fast as they could before the defenders could regroup and reinforce the weak spot. But while Blitzkrieg had worked wonders against Poland, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, France, Luxembourg, and the rest of Western Europe, Hitler liked the plan, but he didn't want to wait. But it was one thing for the German army to fight a war of attrition against the Soviets, another matter entirely for the German Air Force. By late October, Hitler knew that something had to change, and so he brought in a new man to turn the tide of the war.